There's a split second, quiet, fast, almost invisible, when a criminal scans a house and decides to move on. And if you want more hard-earned truths like this from the old world and the hard frontier, ride with us and hit subscribe so you don't miss what most modern guides forget. This episode isn't about turning your home into a fortress. It's about understanding the ancient math of risk. Thieves, raiders and nightwalkers have always made the same calculation. Long before alarms and cameras, the same signals sent the same message. Not worth it. Let's crack that code. Criminals don't start with tools, they start with eyes. History is clear on this. From medieval towns to frontier settlements, opportunistic theft thrived where targets looked soft. The moment a house looks watched, lived in, and unpredictable, the odds shift. A place that appears awake, even when it isn't, triggers doubt. Subtle signs matter more than expensive gear. Uneven footprints. A chair moved. A gate that makes noise. These are friction points. Friction kills momentum. Old villagers understood this. Homes were arranged so movement was visible from multiple angles. Not to fight, but to be seen. Seen equals risky. Light has always spoken louder than locks. In the past, firelight in the window meant presence. No fire meant abandonment. Raiders learned quickly which homes paid and which punished. Modern criminals read light the same way. Consistent lighting suggests routine. Too perfect suggests automation. But irregular light, natural, imperfect, human, creates uncertainty. Uncertainty is poison to crime. Frontier homes often used low, warm lighting that flickered, not by design, by necessity. But it worked. It suggested movement, life, someone awake with time on their hands. A thief doesn't want a conversation. They want speed. Silence invites trouble. Noise repels it. Old homes creaked for a reason. Gravel paths weren't decorative. Loose boards weren't always fixed. Sound was an early warning system, and criminals knew it. When approaching a house, the moment sound becomes unpredictable. When every step might announce itself, the internal clock speeds up. That's when mistakes happen. And criminals hate mistakes. This is why historically the safest homes weren't the quietest. They were the loud ones. Criminals respect boundaries more than laws. A clear line, fence, hedge, wall, even a change in ground texture, forces a mental decision. Crossing a boundary feels like escalation. It flips a switch from looking to doing. Ancient homesteads use this intentionally. Low walls, narrow entrances, defined paths. Not to stop people, but to slow them. That pause is everything. The moment a criminal hesitates, the house starts winning. One of the oldest deterrents in history is simple care. A swept step, a repaired latch, a closed gate that swings freely. These signals say something powerful. Someone notices details here. Neglected places invite boldness. Maintained places invite caution. In frontier journals, settlers wrote that thieves avoided homes with signs of routine upkeep. even when those homes were poorer than others. Why? Because attention implies response, and response implies consequences. Here's the part modern security forgets. Criminals fear people more than devices. A barking dog, a neighbour who sits outside, a window that opens at odd hours. These aren't threats, they're unknowns. Historically, communities survived by being socially loud. People knew each other's rhythms. Outsiders stood out. That visibility alone reduced crime. Isolation creates opportunity. Connection destroys it. Every crime is a calculation. Time plus noise plus exposure equals risk. The moment any one of those spikes, the equation collapses. That's the moment a criminal decides a house isn't worth it. Not because it's impossible, because it's unpredictable. History shows this again and again. From ancient settlements to rural farms, crime flowed toward ease and fled from uncertainty. Your goal isn't to be invincible, it's to be inconvenient. If this episode opened your eyes, share it with someone who still thinks safety starts and ends with gear. And, subscribe to Prepper's Survival Blueprint so these forgotten lessons don't stay buried.